Morning diggers, hope you're all well. Hope you've been enjoying the clips. I think the last couple of clips that we've done have been quite good. We haven't had loads up, we've had bits, and we've got this recording right now. We've got some of the filming a little bit better, so hopefully you'll stick with us. I know you all have, and it's bloody brilliant, and the comments are good as well. I always say that. And the people who subscribe, and Tom and everybody else, brilliant. So anyway, what are we doing today? Well, we're in Somerset again, but we've gone on to some fields that we haven't really done before. And we've always thought we've got to do those, but they've either been, I mean, this grass is quite high, so it's pasture, it's quite high. Sensitivity up to get the actual depth. And on this, we've always thought there's something here because it's like this ridge and furrow, and it's, you know, the sun hits it, and it's just a nice place. It's really quiet, but it's a nice place. Are we going to get anything? What do I think? I think there's Romans here, or around here. I think we might get some. We might be lucky, and that's what we're after. So yeah, you'll see we've parked our vehicle sort of closer to this field, and then sort of walked across fields to get here, and never even detected because we wanted to come here. And you can waste so much time going across fields and digging this and digging that. Before you know it, the day's gone. And with these short days, you know, you've got to get on it. And we're on it now. Anyway, as I said, thanks for watching, and we'll see you all at the first hole. And don't forget, if you can, subscribe. Helps the channel. We're never going to have millions and millions of viewers. You know, we might have a couple of thousand subscribers in that, which we're chuffed about. We just want people to enjoy it, and especially the ones that don't get out or haven't got permissions. I mean, we never have permissions. You just got to get out there and bang on some doors and tell them. I'll go ask with everything I find. Anyway, see you on the first hole. Well, first hole of the day. Crikey. And this, incidentally, I'll have a look. I can see it down there somewhere. I think it's here. Can you see my finger? Here. This buggers up the whole day. Absolutely nails it. So we might as well go back home. Look at that. And I'm not going to clean it up now, but I'll try and keep it in the centre of the screen for you to have a quick look. Let's take my gloves off. Jesus, a bloody first hole one of these. I'm not moaning, but look at that. And I think that's I don't know what I think that is. I think I know it's a hammered, and I'm going to clean it up just a sec. Right, I put them on my finger here. We think it's an eddy. Very heavily clipped, this one. What mint? Can you tell us anything about it? There you go. Is that some sort of quatrefoil thing going on in the middle? So that could be a York mint? Maybe. I don't want to sound like I know what I'm going on about, but because I don't. Anyway, what a lovely start to the day. And sorry about the wobbly hands, but there's only one thing to say. Hammered! Well, back out in the pasture today. Again, as I said before in the last clip, the plough and all that sort of stuff, and the stuff that they just seeded is so muddy. Blimmin' hard work, but yeah, we're going to cross this here. We sort of dodged a lot of the fields coming into here, and we've come across a couple of stiles and all that sort of stuff, and we're making our way to some ground that we haven't really been on before. But I thought, do you know what, if we, you know, when you detect your way over to somewhere that you want to go to, sometimes you could be digging lead and digging stuff all the way through. I know I just had a hammered, but you could be digging all the way over, and you could be sort of hour and a half before you even get where you want to be. So I've decided on this one to sort of take some shortcuts, and we're about 400 yards about that from where we need to be. Detector today, Manticore, 9-inch coil, sensitivity at the minute. There's no power lines. It's not really trashy and noisy, so I got it on sort of 22. Usual settings. I've got a thing on YouTube about me settings, but just to go up, I've got my volume on 23, all terrain fast, noise cancel, I've just done that, so I've got that on 9. Ground balance, don't usually use that unless there's a lot of hassle with noise in the ground. Recovery speed 6, that's quite a quick recovery speed. They say if you go down lower, you've got to swing lower and you go deeper, but I don't really bother with that. I think all this is what suits you, you know, is what you think's best for yourself. Discrimination pattern all metal. I've got my custom settings there. As I said, I've always these are sort of 24 down, this top one and 24 up, so I normally get this one on 2, 3 on the bottom. I notch this side out to about 4, and the top comes down to about 18, so I don't dig anything at the top of there anyway. So ferrous tones, I've got the ferrous tones on 4, and the ferrous pitch is 2, and the stabilizer is off. It's always off with me. There's lots of people that swear by it, but I swear at it. That's about it. Regional 5 tones. Now, like I said before, I've set these all up because it's all different tones all the way through. There's people that have this, it goes up and down, and to me, I just can't get my ears or head around it. It just sounds awful. And then the audio theme's normal, threshold pitch 2, and the profile is always simple. Anyway, that said, I think, yeah, multi-frequency. If you get any trouble with any wires or anything, just knock that down to 40 and that go. And that's about it, really. So, off we go. We're ready to go. Ready to go. I think it's 12 o'clock. Well, the second dig of the day is a button. I thought that was a Celt at first, but it's not. It's a button. But there's nothing on the back. Have a look, there's nothing on the back to, you know, say it's had a shank or anything, so it could be something else. I guess we never know, but yeah, can't really tell. Anyway, on to the next. So as I said, sort of today's, you know, detecting is about going to somewhere where I haven't really been before, and I've looked at before, and I've thought, yeah, I'll give that a go. But this is an example on this field here. This is a steep, really, really, really steep. Now, if you could imagine years ago, and it sounds stupid, you probably think, oh, what is he on about now? Just keeps on about rubbish. Well, these fields, they're steep. They're probably a 1 in 6, 1 in 7 gradient, probably, maybe on some bits of it, 1 in 5. You would have never got a horse years ago, a horse and cart, up a 1 in 10, let alone 1 in 4, 1 in 5. So the way they used to do it is start at the bottom down there and come across like this. And usually you can actually see the tracks or the patterns of where they've been. So I'm looking at this now. There might have not been any activity with horses and carts and stuff like that, but if the horses and carts come up here, they would have gone up along here, along here, along here, along here. So that means you want to try and get on that track. You might, you know, the telltale signs might be the horse buckles or the horse tat and stuff like that. But, you know, there's people on those horses, there's trade, there's, you know, people taking something somewhere. So if something's fallen off, the chances are it's going to be in that track. And over and above that, you might get someone coming up here and they think, oh, let's go on the horse's track. I can't be bothered to go at that 1 in 5 hill. Could be, might not be, but that's my logic, and I've not done too bad over the years on that logic. Well, I'm right next to the road here, and I got a 91, so it could be a bit of can. But it was here 91, 92. That's sort of, that's either, that's 3 down, so that's either tin. It wouldn't be a ring pull because they come in at about 40, 35, 40. So it could be tin. As I said, I'm right near the road here. It's a field that I've never dug on, actually. I've always sort of liked it. But by the side of the road, you know what the side of the road is? Well, I've sort of got a bit of depth to it, so I should really dig that out again, and I'll get it, you know, should be able to clear it straight away, get it up straight away without using a pointer. So it's over in that corner somewhere. I don't want to put you through the pain of that. Let's dig it out and see what's there. Hang on a sec. Well, there you go, look. One token. One token. And I don't know what all this is about. I've seen this before, actually. We're not very far away from Bristol, so it could be a Bristol token. I might try and get some pictures. I'll let it dry out. But you can see how that come up. I thought that would have been tin, but it was either tin or a coin. And it's a coin, and it's a thick coin. And it might have a date there as well. Oh, I don't know. It could be that way. I have no idea how this thing... It looks like a tower there. But anyway, if it's any good, I'll take some pictures. I'm sure in the end we'll find out what it is. Oh, this blimmin' sun. All over the place. There you go. Well, this thing is a Birmingham and Risca. I could see Risca on the top of it. Copper penny. And that is 1911. So one of you might have a better copy of one of these, or know of a better copy, but I'll put a picture up here of what, or I could impose it over the top, but I don't know. It's a smart coin though. One token. Lovely. Go on to the next. Well, we're up quite high now, so you might get a bit of wind noise, but I reckon we got a bit of pot here. Whether it's medieval pot, I don't know, but it's definitely a bit of pot. I haven't found any of that for a little while, actually. And there was this next to it that we think has probably come out of here. So it might have broke and somebody might have stuck something through there, or they might want to do something with that, but we think that was in there because it was in the same hole. Don't know. But it's definitely old. Definitely old. I wouldn't like to say how old. Don't know. We've also had a little bit of lead come up as well, and we think this one's a bag seal. Think it is, we don't know. Could be a weight, could be a bag seal, more sort of bag seal going by this, but I don't know. It could be a weight, could be, but just a bit of lead. Well, back into the sun now, and I just had this come up. I think it's broken. Looks decent now. There's something, and the reason why I say something is because it's got this on the back. So could it have been something like a brooch or something? I don't know, but I'll let it dry out and I'll come back to you if it's any good. But it looks promising. Looks promising indeed, but don't know. Need to put it in some water, that one, before it falls apart. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. So you might have been wondering through the clip why we're actually on these fields, not on our usual sort of fields that produce really well. I mean, these ones we've hardly ever been on them, but we know there's Roman here. And here we go. That just proves it. So we've been at it for a couple of hours. I think that's a Barbus radiate, that thing. It may clean up. There's nothing on the back of it. But we thought, well, there is a little bit. Yeah, just. We thought that was a farthing. And it isn't very thick, but you could see. Where is he? Oh dear. You can see him on the other side, look. See? So that is actually what we're doing up here and what we're looking for, Roman. I'm not a keen fan on Roman, but we just thought, yeah, why not? Let's go to those fields that we've never been to before, that we think there's Roman on, and see if there's any Roman on. And the answer to that question is, yes. Big tick box. Right, we're back on the live digs at the minute. I've just come across 17, what I was talking about earlier, with the horse and carts coming up and down the, not coming up and down the hills. You saw 17 here, see? Yeah, going up and across, like zigzagging or zag-zigging, whichever way you want to go. But I'm convinced that's what used to happen. As I said, I'm on a sort of 1 in 7, 1 in 8 hill. There's no way you'd have got a horse up here. You might have done sort of singly, one rider, but if he was tugging a load of stuff up here, it might have been a different story. So probably wouldn't have got up. Your horse would have been bloody knackered or dead, one or the other. So yeah, we've found a fair bit of lead up here as well. So no, it's lead. It looks lead or tin. No, it's tin. It's tin. So 1 minute you dig a Roman, next minute you dig a bit of tin, next minute you dig a hammered, next minute you're bloody knackered and want to go home. Let's keep going. So we just had that little bit of tin and we've come back over here to where that little Roman coin come up. And I think, if this is what I think it is, this is going to be a smart find. A really, really smart find. Look at that. Now that I think, see that there? I think that's a Roman spoon. There you go. What do you think of that? So we are on the Roman. Definitely on the Roman. And that thing is probably nearly 1900 years old. Probably more. Get some pictures of that. That's a cracking thing to find. Absolutely beautiful. And it's worth spending nearly a minute to talk about it as well. So I'm not padding the clip out by any means. Look at it. It's just beautiful. Absolutely stunning. What would they have out of that? Just about anything, I suppose. Anyway, we'll get some pictures. Well, I've been looking at this spoon and I thought to myself, well, there's people that are going to be thinking, nah, it's not a Roman spoon. But it's a cochlear. It says a cochlear has been found in a number of Roman sites from the 4th and 5th centuries CE, including Thetford and Hoxton Hoards. The word cochlear literally means spiral or snail shell, leading to many to conclude that the spoon was designed so that the handle could be used to extract snails' cockles or get them out, other creatures out the shell. The Roman terms cochlearum, cochlear, and cochlear denote a liquid measure of a spoonful. So this is not actually what this is called. It's just the measure by the sound of it. A cochlearum was also in place where snails could be bred for eating. There you go. So that could be quite interesting. And I think that is quite interesting. And I think that if you've got a bucket list, chuck one of these on, because I've not seen one. Well, we had a funny feeling they were here, and what did I see? Just here, I think. Got another Roman. Yeah, there you go. See that? I don't know if I'm getting pictures of all these, but it's a Roman, definitely a Roman. And on the other side, yeah, you can see the head. See the head? Yeah, so it's sort of, you could say they're grots. You know, you could say they're grots, and they probably are grots. So, but where there's, you know, we had that lovely spoon up. I mean, that means the world, getting that thing. Never seen anything like it, but yeah, the Romans are here. And we'll keep going here. And we did say this is what we were looking for in the intro. So, just a different spot, different place we haven't done before, but we know there's history here and we know there's Roman about. Well, I got a 50 here and I wasn't going to live dig it. It looks a bit all over the place. And I don't want to just be digging everything solely because these Romans are starting to pop up here, there and everywhere. I'm sort of, I've walked through words where those couple of other bits come up. So I'm going to go back there, but I'm convinced there's other stuff about. So I might be wrong, but I'm digging a hell of a lot of lead. And they say that's a good sign, so let's have a look here. Nothing, so what I've got to do is dig that out and I'll come back to you. Whatever's in there, you'll see. Well, I don't know what to make of this one. Look at that. And that is supposed to be a button, I think. Look on the other side with the shank. But is it? Is that just a button? Or is that something different? To me, that looks different. But I could be just clutching at straws, and I knew this was what was going to happen. Obviously, it's not the Romans that had just come across here, it's other people as well. And that, I think is just a button. But what a beauty. Do you know what? I thought to myself, this could be a ring. I really thought it could be a ring, or it's part of something. It's ever so shiny, but it could be something new. And I was just looking at the bottom of it there. I can't really make out what this is, but it looks good. It could be just a bit of a crap. But look at that. Doesn't that look nice? But it's that square bit that just doesn't do anything. And this here, it looks like it's been snapped here. I think it looks like it's been snapped, but look at that. What do you reckon on that? You'll probably turn around and say, oh, well, it's this off of that or that off of this. I can't see it at the minute. Perhaps you can. But yeah, decent, and I'm just down the bottom of the hill now, where all those Roman bits come up. I've moved away from there, as I said just now. I've got the what three words, know exactly where it is. I go back there, but I'm just coming down. There's a sort of long stream along here, so it runs in a straight line. I want to give that a go. Just another quick look at this one here. See the 31, 32. I'm sort of getting to know what the lead sounds like now. I know it sounds stupid, but you've got to dig every half decent signal. This one's 32 going down towards the bottom ferrous. If it was going towards the top ferrous on a 2D screen, I'd be leaving it, but it's stabilised. It's quite a big target, this one, but I don't know what it could be. Have a little look. If I can get it first time with a pointer, we'll dig it out, but if not, I'll just have to switch off and dig it out. And this is what it's in there. It's in there. Let me get it out of it. We'll see what it is. I think I've got a funny feeling it's lead, but we'll see. Yeah, it was just lead in that, in that corner there. So yeah, it's good signs, lad. I mean, we're here, we're digging Romans, we're digging all sorts of stuff. So, it's painting a picture. Well, I've been playing around for quite some time now, and I've just come across this. And I think it's Edward the 7th, and I reckon it's a threepence, a threepenny bit. 1903, so that's about right, yeah. Just after Victoria, maybe a year after. 1903, lovely. Yeah, beautiful little coin. I'll get some pictures of that, because I know they come up quite a lot, but that is a nice one, I think. And to see him on the back, you don't often see Edward the 7th on the back of stuff. He's a bit sort of scarce, but yeah, there we go. Right, a little update on this one. I think it's a stud off a walking boot. When you get from trespass or go outdoors and all that crap. So, oh, cheers. And there's me thinking it was a ring. Well, I thought I'd film this one. There's something going on. But it's got an odd bit there. And odd there. And I'm getting it all round. I think it's 3 inches down. So is that somebody dropping one of these bloody Mr. Kipling tins from a cake? It's not a ring pull, but it could be a can. Have I done the can test? Yeah, so it's a low, unless it's actually massively deep, it's got to be something. Down there. And again, if I can't get it first time, I don't know. I don't know on this one. Just had that nice bit of silver out there. That's good. There's 2 bits of silver on this clip now, which is good. Yeah, that ain't too far down, so I won't mess you about all day watching. If it's shite, it's shite. Oh, have I got to dig any more? Oh, there's shit down here. Look at this. What the hell is that? What is this? Let's have a bit of a clean up then in a minute. Hang on a sec. Well, that's what that was. A massive bit of folded up lead. But you've got to go for it, haven't you? Just got to go for it. You can't leave that in the ground, for God's sake, not on an 86. And that was quite a strong signal, that as well, but that's the risk you take. It's going to be can, it's going to be a George III, it's going to be maybe a silver, or it's going to be lead, or it's going to be aluminium. You just got to dig it. You just got to dig it, and people complain about this sort of stuff. Oh, bloody lead. Who bent that in half? I wouldn't like to say. Was that done a couple of years ago? Or a couple of 1,000 years ago? That's detecting for you. Well, we're not sure, but we think we got another Roman here. And you'll see when we clean it off. Yeah, there's something going on straight away. Straight away. Bang. On the Romans. That looks like someone on their horse, doesn't it? I don't know. Probably made it worse. You can't rub these things too much. You just deface them straight away. So, who we got on the other side? Yeah. Look at that. Bloody hell. It's incredible, really, isn't it? Look at that. 2,000 years old. 2,000. Not 20, not 200. 2,000. That's incredible. I don't know who that is, but one of you Roman boffins would know. And that's a little beauty. And we did say that's what we were looking for, and that's what we're getting. So we're quite chuffed, actually. Looking forward to the next one, if it's about. Or maybe a nice fibula or a brooch, or who knows. Lovely. Just turn it over again. I'll get a picture of this one. Just clean it up a little bit more without trying to do any damage to it. And we'll go from there. Well, we think on this one we got George II. Just trying to get it before it's blimmin' dries out again. This way I always wet my fines pot, so I can just dip them out and you can see. So it's George II, 1746. He is. So that's old. Look, that's better. Look at that. You can really see him well there. That's cracking. Look at that. What a cracker. 1746. 1846, 1946. 200 and something billion years old. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Let's get it in my pot and go on to the next one. Have I told you about UK history finders? Tom, great bloke. He was eating fish the other day. Some of that, what do they call it, that tin stuff that stinks. Ugh. Okay, we're going to do a 36, 37 live dig. See if you can see it on there. Let's see. It's a good sort of circle on the 2D screen. Small dot type circle. Didn't see how far down it was, but I'd have presumed it's 3 inches, something like that. Trouble is, it's in the realms of a ring pool bloody territory, this one. And, crikey, I know my machine, don't I? Bloody hell. Yeah, 35. Do you know, if this bit breaks off here, this could come up on a 60, and this one is always around 32, 34. But the two together are 35, 36, and that's on the manticore. So I'd imagine on the Deus 2, probably about 65, 70. I don't know how the machines, but yeah, a ring pull. Well, I think I've got another grot, or it could be a token. I don't know. I think it's a grot. So I think it's a Roman grot. Yeah, I think so. It looks that way, doesn't it? What do you think? It's an odd one. On this side, Do you know, I can see better through this blooming camera than I can just looking at it with my own eyes, and I only wear glasses for driving, for distance. But I don't know. I don't know on that one. It's a bit knackered, isn't it? What do you think? There's got to be a grot on it. Look, it's got all the telltale signs. I think so. And that's about the third or fourth one we've had, so pleased about today. It's gone really well. Well, we got another grot on the go here. I think it's another barbarous radiate. What do you think? Trouble is, you've only got to touch them and you take away anything you can see, and that's the trouble. But if you sort of move them to one side and move them around like that, you can sort of see that face? You see the mouth, the eyes, lovely. On the other side, no idea. Well, you can, yeah, there I have got like, see, do you see what I mean? This bit here looks like it's just snapped off, but it doesn't hurt the coin, is what it is. Been in the ground 2,000 years, but there you go. Got another one. Beautiful. And there he is. Done well on the Romans today, really well. Well, this is a good one. Finish the day off. Look at this. Oh God, get trouble focusing this time of night. It's a Prince of Wales badge, I reckon, something like that. What do you think? It's good to finish the day off with this. Don't go that way, does it? I think it goes that way. Anyway, there you go. Last dig of the day. Bloody marvellous. Luck of the Irish, or the Welsh, or the English. Lovely.
A shout out to...
Well, there you go, diggers, and that was a good dig. I enjoyed that. I've enjoyed the last couple of digs actually, and yeah, I've filmed them all. Always film when I go out digging, and I love it. But this clip, the stuff we've had, hammered, Roman grots, a Roman spoon, and then we go back up into the sort of, 1900s with Edward VII, and then another grot up there, and then there's lead. And then I was saying to you, is it 200 years old? Is it 100 years old? Is it 2,000 years old? You'll never know. You'll never know unless you find like a pilgrim's ampler or something like that that's lead. That's the only way you'll get your head round lead. But what they were doing with it, God only knows. I was only talking about it to my mate the other night. Were they extracting silver from it? That's a thought, So all the crap you find around the lead is probably, it might be made into something that was just the bits. Could have been extracted silver, and that's just the bits left. Difficult one. But yeah, there was buttons and ring pulls and all sorts of stuff. But there was some good stuff, and I really enjoyed that clip. Anyway, on that note, again, as always, thanks for the comments, the subscribers, and Tom for sponsoring us, which is brilliant. He's always good to us, Tom. Pleased about him. I don't think I'll ever move from Tom. He's the man. Better than all that dragon lot. Now somebody goes and switches off. Anyway, on that note, if you haven't subscribed, ding ding, there it is. If you could subscribe, it'd be brilliant, because it helps the channel. And I said before, we're around about 2,500 subscribers, which I never thought we'd get to. I know I'm out there doing all the hard work and all that sort of stuff, and you're just sat there with your beer. Fair play. I'm the mug. But I get there and do it, and I'll continue doing it. Anyway, on that note, we'll see you on the next dig.